So it's my pleasure to be here with Jim Bernot at Willamette Valley Vineyards, just south of Salem. And we have a little bit of treat for you today because we're going to be talking about grapes and some things that are going on here. Now, Jim, there's a lot about grapes that I think interest people. They want to grow them in your home and their homes. And you said that that's actually a concept that started this.
William, you know, when I first started planting wine grapes in Oregon, there was just a handful of us. And most of us were really just home gardeners who were excited about wine and excited about the future of Oregon. And since that time, since we first started, there is now over 850 commercial vineyards.
Wow. Well, when you began this process here, and I know you told me you actually planted this vineyard that we're in now, what did you go through to get which grapes? How did you figure that out?
Well, the first, of course, is making sure that you had the right microclimate, you know, the right soil, the right orientation to the sun, the right slope. Those are the things that first are critical, is that, you know, choice of where you plant.
Sure.
And then once you've figured out, you know, where those best sites are, then you look at, see, okay, what are the varieties that are going to best perform in those locations? Now, in this part of the valley and on this soil, Pinot Noir is the best choice. And that's what you can see here.
Yeah, these are beautiful.
Now, these grapes are yet to complete the process of veraison. And veraison is that term that means that the grapes go from being green to turning black. And you can see there's still some small berries in here that have yet to make the color change.
And so, this thing that you have in your hand is also another way that you assist you in telling when grapes are ready.
Oh yes, this is a refractometer, and this allows us to measure the Brix level in the juice. And so we'll take we'll take berries off of the clusters, and we squeeze the juice on the refractometer, and then we'll push that over. And if you look inside there, you'll see a scale and a light and a dark line or shading.
Yeah.
That'll tell you what that Brix level is.
And this looks to be close to 17.
17 Brix. Okay, so now we're still a ways away because we're looking for about 24 and a half Brix in Pinot Noir before we pick.
And once all that is accomplished, then you start picking and take it in, which is where we're going to go now and take a look and see what goes on in there.
Okay, good.
So Jim, now we are in the big house. This is where it all takes place.
Yeah.
What happens when the grapes are cut and brought in here?
Well, when we're making Pinot Noir, we're destemming those grapes, we're putting them in small fermenters, and then we're soaking those grapes cold with dry ice.
Really?
Which gets the flavors and color from the skin absent alcohol. Much better. It's a newer way of making Pinot Noir. Much better. Now, if we're making Chardonnay, for example, or Pinot Gris, we'll actually press the clusters whole in the press without destemming.
Wow.
And then we'll bring the juice inside and put them in these big vats.
Yeah.
And then we'll chill them down and get ready for fermentation.
And how long of a process is that fermentation, Jim?
Well, it can take months. And then, of course, followed by aging.
Yeah.
So you're talking about going from the vineyard into the cellar and into a bottle and out to the customer. It could take over 2.5 years.
Wow. It's an investment of time.
It's remarkable.
And then you get all the different flavors, all the different... Now, do you do a lot of, like, I'm assuming tasting along the way and all of that stuff?
Oh, absolutely. Tasting, testing, analysis. And it's really quite remarkable how even different barrels will develop.
Wow.
From in the same lot.
Yeah. Which makes sense. And too, you know, there's a cork issue that you guys have that I think is great. You really use sustainable cork.
We do. We use natural cork, very high quality, that has been grown to the Rainforest Alliance certification standards.
Nice. That's great. And then this weekend...
Yes, we have the Oregon Grape Stomping Championships this weekend. Brig, come on down, teams of 2, a Schwabe and a Stomper, and we send the winning team, all expenses paid, to the World Grape Stomping Championships.
I think that's fantastic. Listen, if there's any other questions you might have, you can go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to the Willamette Vineyards website. Give them a call. Lots of fun stuff going on. Come down and stomp some grapes. Maybe you could win. Jim, thanks for your time.
Thank you, William.
Look forward to drinking your wine.